Hi everyone. I'm going to show you my custom app I created to track my progress studying for the Salesforce admin exam. First, we'll start by clicking on the app launcher and selecting my Road to Admin app. We're brought to the home page, and on the home page, you can see that I created a dashboard to display my progress, which shows 3 different reports. Below the dashboard are 2 list views of the 2 custom objects I created. They show my most recent data of my practice exams and study logs. I also added a news component, which displays news of companies where my connections work. Let's take a closer look at the custom object I created to track my studying habits, called Study Session Logs. Here you can see a list view of all my log study sessions. I wanted to track the date and time I studied, the duration in minutes, the materials I used to study, the topics studied, and a spot for my notes. Let's create a new study session log. We select a date, a time, duration in minutes, let's say 50, the materials used, and the topics studied. Yes, I know, they're multi-select pick lists, I'm sorry. Don't get too mad at me for it, but this is what I used for my project. We'll say trailhead and flashcards, and the topics studied, which actually come from the exam outline for the admin exam. We're going to say workflow and process automation. For our notes, let's say we need to work on our screen flows. And we'll say our confidence after session, we'll say somewhat confident. And this actually goes along with a path I created to give you a nice visual. Here you can see the details. And I'll show you what happens when we say we're extremely confident. You guessed it, confetti. Now let's check out our exam custom object. We have the exam name, the grade, the exam time in hours, the highest score section, and the lowest score section. Clicking into our most recent exam, you can see everywhere where I'm doing good and where I need to work on. And we have a topic/terms to review so we can know anything that stuck out to us that we really need to work on. Now you may be wondering, where is the Contacts tab? I renamed the Contacts tab to Connections to better represent my app. On my journey to becoming a Salesforce certified admin, I joined multiple Salesforce communities and attended webinars to learn from others. I kept track of the connections I made from these meetings and then put the companies that they worked at in the accounts. I adjusted the page layout to include only the information I needed. So as you can see, there's much less than in a typical contact. Now, where did I track these webinar meetings I just talked about? I thought about creating another custom object, but then I realized that I could track it all in the calendar. A side tip for you: if you want to add new fields to your calendar, you have to do it in the activity object. If you try to edit the object from the page, you'll go to the events and you can't add new fields there. Here's how I set up a new event. I added a subject, so that was typically a meeting, a group name, I had lookup fields to add the connections that were at the meeting, a date, a time, the group leader or presenter so that I could indicate who was leading it. And I also had their company indicated in the account. I then had a controlling field and a dependent field. So the meeting type, if it was virtual, the location field could not be selected. But if it was in person, the location would show up from a pick list. Taking a closer look at some of the reports that were on my dashboard, let's go back to the home page. Clicking into our weekly study report, we'll see the line chart a bit closer. And scrolling down, you can see I created a summary formula to convert the duration in minutes to hours because I got tired of seeing it in minutes. So it reflects on the chart. Thank you so much for watching and taking a journey with me for my studying for the road to admin. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Take care.